Peace and love. It's Bobby Earth. We're here in Austin, Texas, backstage at the Belmont, and I'm here with the Pharcyde, or Imani and Bootie Brown. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Feel real good. How you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. So, how you guys like it here in Austin? Cool?
Austin is always rocking. Austin rocks.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, Austin's one of those places. It's a music town, so you get kind of like a little bit of everything, and the crowd is used to a little bit of everything. So it's always kind of a good crowd because I think they have an open ear to just music in general.
Yeah, for sure. One of the live music capital of the country, as they say. So they say keep Austin weird. That's what they say. So what's the weirdest thing you guys have seen out here?
I get knocked out every time I come to Austin. I've seen 3 knockouts in 4 trips. So
okay, so Austin, knockouts.
Sets it off.
Sets it off, sets it off. So it's no secret that y'all are legends to the hip-hop game, so I gotta ask.
Everybody don't know.
Not everybody knows.
Everybody don't know, man. That's why we here to let them know. If you don't know, he trying to tell you.
If people didn't know before they came here, they know tonight, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, they felt the groove,
try
right?
your best.
So what is the Pharcyde listening to right now? What do y'all have on your iPods?
And my iPod. What you got in your iPod, man?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. Right now, I think right now, like, I'm just listening to beats, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you probably the same way. You probably just listen to, like, some music.
Listen to a lot of beats, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just drive down the street and just try to get some ideas in your head. You know, Drake is there. You know, you listen to the Drakes. You listen to the things that's out there, the Kendrick Lamars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got what, man? Listen to Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's confirmed. The Pharcyde does listen to Drake. The Pharcyde also does listen to Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. So cats like Drake and Kendrick Lamar, they do kind of...
Not just heads, though. I appreciate music. You got to have the right music for the time. You can't listen to hip-hop all damn day, and I don't. I mean, people be like, y'all hip-hop, so we listen to hip-hop all day. That is false. I rarely listen to hip-hop. I pick and choose what I like, and I listen to that, but I'm not like a head. I don't follow nobody. I don't know what is going on. My vibe is in my house and my computer with my kids.
Definitely got to keep an open mind. So you guys, you mentioned Kendrick and Drake, and both of them, you could say they kind of have a melodic musical style to their flow, much like how you guys kind of did, you know, with y'all's music. So y'all mess with that, or?
I mean, you know, I think, like, I try not to be like that old head that's not like a new music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you have.
sure.
I'm pretty sure like the new, you know, I don't want to say kids, but the new generation of music trying to come up have a hard time because, like, a lot of people give them a lot of like all the new music is not as good as the music of old, you know. So but I just look at it like, I mean, we went through that. Like, we went through that whole process. Like, people were just telling us that our music wasn't good, you know, like we wasn't, you know, it was the same situation. So I think it's like one of those things, you know, you guys got to fight through, but, you know, I support all music.
Word.
I support all music, young and old.
And you guys used to dance before y'all rapped, right? So
for sure.
Do you guys like any of the dance stuff that's been incorporated into hip-hop lately, some of the recent stuff, or?
Hated it.
Hate it?
Hated it. Hate all that shit. That shit is all like, it's fake. They just do it because they say we need some movement in it. It's not like for real. It's
they're not feeling it.
No. They're not breaking through. It's just generic. We need dancers, so they get dancers and they get cut out cookie cutter routines and just paste them in every video, whatever. And that's my honest opinion. What I wanted to say is, a record that I did that I said next time I got the chance to give them some light, I would, because it's a pretty tight record. It's this record called The Do-Rag Dynasty.
Do-Rag Dynasty?
It's Evidence and Planet Asia and a cast of characters, and that shit is pretty dope, man.
Word.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much come out. Everybody talk about the Kendricks and the Drakes. It's like the most biggest shit, but it's so much. We was one of them acts that was so much shit that didn't get a lot of light, and then people be like, always like, you know, you slept on. But it's not really being slept on. Like, people just like, they go for the obvious. Like, there's so much shit out there where you need to just expand your horizons and check other shit. Like, you know, we know Kendrick is dope, we know Drake is dope, okay, but damn, it's 2 out of 800 records that come out every day, and the same every.
Yeah, let's hear some new stuff, right?
I'm not saying that they not dope. I'm saying it's other dope.
For sure.
Now I'm passionate. I'm emotional now. I need a blunt.
Yeah. You guys worked with the late, great Dilla. Everybody knows. Produced. Running, a lot of the other tracks on the album. So what is one of your fondest memories that you can share on working with J Dilla back in the Gap?
Fondest? Why don't you answer that?
I say like one of the things that I remember was we were working on a track and like J Dilla didn't have the record because you know like everybody sampled from records or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And he didn't have the record. He left the record back in Detroit.
Yeah.
So he was in the studio and he was like, you know what, I left the record, but he's like, you know what, I recorded it on a cassette tape. And so like it was weird. I mean, back at that time, to see somebody take a sample from a cassette tape, even though like people just sample from anything like nowadays, like people sample from cassette tapes or whatever. But at that time, like everybody was sampling for records. So to see somebody like sample from a cassette tape, I was like, is that gonna sound good? Is that gonna sound right?
Yeah.
Like, you know? But like, I mean, he was already above like, he was already breaking the ground as far as like having that idea of like you could only sample one way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was already kind of breaking the ground. Like I can sample from this, I can sample from that, I can sample from something from 2000 or the 90s, I can sample from something from the 60s. So I say the fondest kind of memory of the whole thing was kind of like him breaking the rules of what was supposed to be the norm of how you was making music at that time.
Yeah, and y'all always kind of had, you know, an open mind to like different people's artistic visions. Like when you did the video with Spike for Passing Me By. Or not Drop, that was Drop. When y'all did the Drop video, everything was in reverse.
Yeah,
but,
I mean basically he had like Spike just had the idea.
Yeah.
And he had he had it down fully, and it was just about us trying to execute it, you know, which was cool because like it helped us a lot that he knew what he wanted to do. And I think that was like, you know, sometimes like with direction, some people don't really know what they want you to do. Yeah. So you kind of get lost, but he had the direction of what he wanted to do, so that helped.
You ain't
cool.
said nothing about Vanilla Ice getting played right now, dog.
How do you feel about Vanilla Ice getting played right now? How do you feel about Vanilla Ice getting played right now?
That's overwhelming. Like I couldn't hear nothing but like, it's just Vanilla Ice outside.
So, I want to ask a question about the song Passing Me By. That's one of my favorite songs because I'm a hopeless romantic myself.
Okay.
What kind of advice do you have for other young male college students on...
No hopeless romantic at 18.
Hey.
It's a big world out there. You need to experience
That's exactly
it. You don't
don't
need
get...
to be,
How do we keep them from passing by?
You're setting up to get crushed.
Let them pass you by.
You're setting up to get...
Because once you involve them, and now their world becomes your world becomes non-existence because now it's a y'all world. And whatever thing that you wanted to do, it becomes secondary because it becomes about pleasing your woman. That's what I'm saying. Hold off on all that. You hella young. That's what I'm saying. I may be a bad influence because if you want to be a romantic, I'm going to just crush all your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I love Ice Cube and shit. So I'm not the one, you know. Because I would just say you need to wait because
I say like this. I say it like this. I say it like this. You got to understand, like, music. I mean, like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was just trying to tell people, like, music is like, well, good music comes from a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Songs that you can kind of remember comes from a struggle. Like Marvin Gaye's songs, like when you hear his music, like all of it is about a struggle. No matter if it was about black pride, if it was about a woman. I mean, you know, Tammy Terrell or whatever it was always about struggle. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think if you want to convey a message in your music, you just the sincerity of the struggle is always going to come across in about, you know, what you want to do.